Hey everyone, Rick at Healing Field Farm. Today is day 17 of our 100-day homestead challenge. We did get that storm yesterday. It started out as mixed sleet, and it covered the ground, but then it switched over to rain and warmed up. We have had a lot of high winds, as I'm sure you can hear. We're still having them 30-40 mile an hour gusts. And we're going to start off today at the greenhouse. It mostly held up. I was a little worried. It did shift in the with the wind. As you can see, it slid everything over, but it did not bend, and it stayed intact. It just needs to be put a little more upright. And then I think what I'll need to do is I'll need to stake in the boards, the 4x4s I put on the bottom, and then that'll keep it from shifting. But nothing bent, and that's really what I was worried about. And nothing tore. It did, wind did unzip the doors a bit, but other than that, it held up. So I guess those extra reinforcements that I had done was the right call, and I should have just staked in the 4x4s to make sure that the base wouldn't go anywhere. I was hoping it was going to be heavy enough, but it was not. But could have been much worse. So all in all, you know, I'm satisfied for the most part. It held up, and we got some really strong winds. They were like 30-40 mile an hour gusts. It was pretty crazy last night, and we generally get those kind of winds quite often. So, but it held up. And then we did get all the Christmas lights off the house yesterday, and we got wood stacked up. We had a couple different wood piles going. Still have one more that we're going through. Still have some stuff to chop up, but we had collected some wood from out back in the fall, and then we did have a cord delivered, but by the time it got delivered, we already had snow on the ground, so we kept it towards the front of the house. And now that winter's over, we moved it all to the back of the shed, so it's under cover and it can dry out. And overall, you know, with the tiny house, with the shed, we only went through not even 1.5 cords of wood for the entire winter, and it was a pretty mild winter overall, but that's still pretty reassuring that that's all we went through. You know, I've lived in houses where we go through 4 or 5 cord in a winter, so the smaller space and the wood stove heats the house just great. And you know, we saved a lot of money, you know, going smaller, especially on wood being our only heat source. And then I also had a bunch of these logs that were cut up, so I put those in the goat pen. That'll give them something to jump on. I may rearrange them a little differently, but we'll see. And then other than that, today we're gonna get back on this chicken coop, because I really want to get this done, hopefully by the end of the week, if not sooner. And I can get the chickens out here, I think, by this weekend. It's big enough I can still put the heat lamp in if it's needed, because I don't want them getting too cold, but they are getting their feathers pretty well, and it is warming up at night. It's not really dropping below freezing right now, so I think they'll be all right. In worst case, I just turn the heat lamp on and warm them up a bit for the time being. But so today we're going to finish the bottom. I do have a few pieces to screw back on that I didn't originally screw together because I couldn't get under it, and when we moved it, one of the boards came off. But we'll get that all screwed back on, and then we'll start covering the front with boards. And at some point this week, I do need to build the laying boxes for the back, and we'll get those on, and we'll pick up some roofing some point this week. And I think I can get this all done. We'll probably end up doing the run this week, at least get it framed, if not wrapped in wire, but we'll go from there. Alright, so all the hardware cloth's on. It's all stapled good. I'm going to rip some 1-inch pieces and just go around the edge of it, cover up any sharp edges, and to make sure that none of those staples ever come out and nothing can push up underneath it. So we get all the pieces round on the edges. That'll keep anything from coming up. Nothing will push through that. Don't have to worry about anything coming up and trying to kill the chickens at night. I'll probably put one board right across the middle where the seam meets, and then we're just going to start walling it up. Alright, so the front wall is done. I am out of lumber. I will get more tomorrow and I will complete it. I did get the nailer in right here, so nothing's going to be able to push out. And then the wall's done. I do need a piece of 1x3 for the top. That's pretty simple. And then tomorrow I will do the sides and we'll get the lay-in boxes built, and then we'll go from there. So not a bad day. The greenhouse I'm not going to try to tackle today. It is still really windy. It's even pushing this coop. The coop's not going anywhere, but it's trying to push it. It has a little sway at the moment. And then like I said, we'll finish that tomorrow. Hopefully the wind dies down and we'll get that greenhouse the way it needs to be. But if I open that door today, it's just asking for trouble. The wind will pick it up like a kite, and I don't need that. So this has been day 17 of the 100-day homestead challenge, and I've been working on the chicken coop today. We'll continue it tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it wrapped up by Wednesday-ish at the latest. It is really windy. It is crazy. So thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. continue to follow us on our journey as we continue to build and get everything ready for our animals and get this farm up and running. So again, thank you, and I'm gonna go inside, eat some lunch, and get this edited for you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.